The Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator, Dean Pease. His name is one of the best. He's obviously one of the greatest defensive coordinators the game has ever seen, and that's not by any stretch. You go from his days in Baltimore, you go from Baltimore to New England, from New England to the Titans, and now here with the Atlanta Falcons, he's still putting in work. But what make Dean Pease so good? And I'm going to get in three things that I personally found out and why Dean Pease is so great at what he does. And the first one, as it pertains to mobile quarterbacks, he was once asked by a certain particular in an interview that he said, what is your philosophy as it pertains to mobile quarterbacks, and what do you try to teach? And he pretty much came out and stated that you have to be disciplined in your tackling. That's the number one thing when you're going after a guy like Lamar, Deshaun, Russell Wilson. When you try to absolutely smash these guys, when you try to kill these guys that's so fast, that's so athletic, they can just bounce off of those tackles. They can use certain moves that are just going to, make you look foolish. Spin moves, stiff arms. Some guys just have the speed to get past you. So what you want to do is control tackling. You want to just make the tackle, get the guy on the ground. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with the Falcons. And this year in 2021, they have gotten opportunities to bring guys down, and they didn't do it because they're trying to go for the big hit. So first one is controlled tackling. Second one, I think this is probably the biggest one, but when he gives his game plan is not just certain things that he wants to do. He tries to figure out what his personnel, what the guys on the field, the Grady Jarrett, the Dion, the AJ Terrell, the safeties, what these guys like to do best. And he goes into each week calling plays that he knows for certain, for sure, that they like. So the last thing that you want to do is have guys on the field doing things that they're not comfortable with, that they don't want to do. And that gives the defense the confidence. It gives your players confidence because you're giving them plays that they like most. So confidence is key, and Dean Pease giving his players opportunities to be and to give their expertise. The third, and I think this is probably the most, it's definitely up there, but I'll say zone blitzes. Zone blitzes. In this day and age, you have a lot of guys with the athleticism, gifted guys like Tyreek Hill. You get these guys in the open field, you don't want to use a lot of man coverage. And when you're in man coverage, all right, guys like Tyreek Hill, Kyle Pitts, the Lockett's, these guys are just gifted. You don't want to be one-on-one with these guys too often. And zone blitzes, all right, zone blitzes where you drop guys in the coverage to cover zones and try to change the eye level of these quarterbacks, to try to change the positions, the eye levels, as far as the offensive line. You want to cover, create chaos. You want to create uncertainty with the offensive line. So as that pertains, that goes with the offensive line, if you don't know where the blitz is coming from, it could be a safety at one point, it could be a linebacker, it could be a twist, it could be a lot of things. So what you want to do as a defensive coordinator is to make sure that the offensive line don't know who's coming at any given time. Drop guys in the zone, whether it's defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. He wants to drop everybody in those zones. So those are the three things when it comes down to Dean Pease and what makes him so successful. All right, let me know what you guys think about this. Continue to support your boy here at Mad Mike Sports. I'm gone, baby. Peace.